Today, I want to speak about a subject rarely spoken about, yet it holds the deepest hope of humanity. A millennial kingdom where mortals and immortals will live together for 1,000 years. What if the future isn't science fiction at all, but ancient predictions unfolding in real time? A coming kingdom that sounds like fantasy, yet was prophesied in ages past. A place where humans will be resurrected as immortals, and others will live extended lives as mortals alongside of them. That's impossible, you might think. It sounds like something from a novel, a Shangri-La or utopia, a dream too far, and yet this kingdom is not fiction. It has already been decreed, it has already been foretold. It is the fulfillment of a longing that began in Eden, a paradise earth. But look around today and it feels like the last thing that could ever happen. Chaos, division, collapse. Still, the promise stands, and it's closer than you think. We can all see that something momentous is on the horizon every day when we look at the news. Yet this is biblical prophecy unfolding before our eyes. It's called the last days. And it's not vague speculation. It's accurate, observable and trustworthy because we're witnessing it in real time. That means we can understand it and even anticipate what's coming next, if we're looking to the right source. And it begins with knowing what that source is. Across cultures and centuries, humanity has dreamed of paradise. In the East, it's called Nirvana, a state beyond suffering, where desire is extinguished and peace reigns. In the West, we imagine Shangri-La, a hidden valley untouched by time where harmony and longevity flourish. But these are shadows, echoes and longings etched into the human soul. Scripture speaks of a coming reality far greater than myth, the millennial reign of Christ, a longed-for hope of 1,000-year kingdom on earth, ruled by the Prince of Peace himself. Not a new age ascended master, not Christ consciousness, but the very real Jesus of Nazareth, returned to earth as a glorious king, not a metaphor, not a dream, a reality. In this kingdom, the resurrected saints, immortal and glorified, will walk among mortals who survived the tribulation and were chosen to enter the new kingdom. Healing will rise with the sun. The curse will be lifted, yet choice remains. It is not eternity yet, but is the threshold of it. Unlike Nirvana, this kingdom is not an escape from reality. It is the whole world that reflects redemption. Unlike Shangri-La, it is not hidden. It will be global, undeniable, where the joy of the Spirit of God permeates everything that is heaven-like in pristine holiness. The King will reign from Jerusalem. This is not fiction, it's prophecy, and you were born, chosen, and placed in this very generation to witness its dawn. Don't settle for shadows. Be ready to step into reality when Jesus returns. Yes, a new age, one long foretold. An age of light, justice and restoration. But it won't arrive through global meditation. This ascension will come with the visible return of Jesus Christ, the true light of the world, who will catch up his faithful ones into the sky and then return to establish this new age, not as an energy force, not invisible, not an apparition or a spirit, but as the bodily resurrected King. Revelation 20:4 says, "And they lived and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. The immortal ones are the transformed saints, those who were taken up in what is known as the rapture. Yes, an event denied is the resurrected church. They return with him in glorified bodies. They are no longer subject to aging, sin or death. They became what the new age could only imagine, truly immortal, transformed by the Spirit of God. So what are their roles in this new millennium? They will be co-regents, teachers, governors, a holy advisory council under Christ's perfect leadership. What about those who are worthy to enter the millennium but are still mortal, the survivors of the Great Tribulation? They will still reap rewards. After the great global conflict, Armageddon, those who survived and remained faithful to God enter this restored earth as mortals. Matthew 25:31-46. They will marry, have children, and repopulate the world. Lifespans will stretch again to hundreds of years as it was in the beginning, Isaiah 65:20-25. But they are still human beings, still vulnerable to temptation, still needing teaching and guidance. They will still live fulfilled lives. All nations will go up to worship the King in Jerusalem yearly. As in the days of Solomon, they will bring the wealth of their nation, Zechariah 14:16. Israel will expand and will become a commonwealth. All nations will want to be part of it. There will be no false religions or atheism. Yet even in a pristine world, some will still rebel in their hearts. And Revelation has something to say about this also. There is coming a final test. After 1,000 years of almost perfection, Satan will be released one final time. He will deceive the nations for the second time to create a final rebellion. Revelation 20:7-9. Then fire from heaven will end it, but time itself will also end. In the Millennial Kingdom, death will not vanish, but it will retreat. Mortals will live long, and justice will reign from Jerusalem. Yet the curse is not fully lifted, not yet, because this is not the end. It's the threshold. After 1,000 years comes the final resurrection. The great white throne of judgment is set. The dead of all the ages are raised and stand before the King. How did the mortal ones spend those 1,000 years? They will be judged. And I saw the dead, the great and the small, standing before the throne, and books were opened. And the dead were judged from the things which were written in the books, according to their deeds. Then comes the new creation, where death is finally defeated. Everything is made new, a new heaven and a new earth. We cannot fully imagine what this will be, but we know what is written. The heaven of God, now separated from us, will descend to earth, and the two will become one. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth passed away, and I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of God is among men, and he will dwell among them." Revelation 21:1-3. Many spiritual paths speak of ascension, divine awakening, or Christ consciousness. But the Bible reveals something greater. Not man becoming a god, but God becoming a man and returning as king with his resurrected saints. This is what the true age of light will be, where immortals and mortals walk as brothers, where all the prophecies in the Bible will be fulfilled, where hope and potential is restored to everyone and dreams are fulfilled. Only King Jesus Christ, Yeshua, the Messiah, will do all this.